Before we begin our journey tonight, a brief note. This episode of Sleepy Psychology is brought to you by the SAC Center, a leading telehealth clinic specializing in the testing and treatment of autism and ADHD. The SAC Center proudly serves all 50 states, bringing expert care directly to you wherever you are. To learn more about their comprehensive services and how they can help, please visit saccenter.com. Now settle into your most comfortable embrace, allowing the world outside to gently fade, like a distant whisper on the breeze. Let your body grow heavy, sinking into the soft support beneath you, and feel the quiet stillness of the evening gather around you. Tonight, we journey to a small, unassuming town in the desert landscape of New Mexico, a few years before the widely known events of Roswell, to a story that, for decades, simmered in hushed tones and conflicting accounts: the Aztec UFO incident. Imagine, if you will, the vast, open skies of March 1948. The world was still settling after the Great War, technology was advancing rapidly, and the idea of flying saucers was just beginning to capture the public imagination. In this era of burgeoning curiosity and Cold War secrecy, the small town of Aztec, New Mexico, nestled amidst the Four Corners region, was about to become the focal point of an extraordinary tale. The story, as it largely came to be known, centered around a man named Frank Scully, a journalist and author who, in his 1950 book Behind the Flying Saucers, presented a detailed account of a supposed UFO crash and recovery near Aztec. While Scully's book itself was later largely debunked due to its reliance on dubious sources, the core narrative of a recovered craft and alien bodies persisted, kept alive by numerous individuals who claimed direct or indirect knowledge of the event. Tonight, we'll focus on the quiet echoes of those claims, the whispers that truly kept the legend alive, long before Scully's book. The incident is said to have occurred on March 25, 1948. The location was a remote mesa, a flat-topped hill with steep sides, roughly 12 miles northeast of Aztec. The area was sparsely populated, making it an ideal, isolated spot for something truly unusual to land or crash. According to various testimonies that emerged over the decades, the object was described as a large, disc-shaped craft, approximately 99 feet in diameter. It was said to be made of an unknown light gray metallic material, seamless and without rivets or visible means of propulsion. What made this craft particularly intriguing, beyond its seemingly impossible design, was its unique characteristic: it was allegedly found intact. Unlike the fragmented debris reported at Roswell, this object was said to have made a controlled or semi-controlled landing, allowing for its recovery in one piece. One of the more persistent threads of this narrative comes from individuals who claim to be engineers or scientists involved in the recovery effort. One such figure, whose identity was often shrouded in secrecy, was said to be part of a team assembled by the military or a covert government agency. This team was supposedly tasked with examining the craft and its contents. They described encountering an object with no apparent entry points, no doors or hatches. The breakthrough supposedly came when they discovered that certain vibrations or specific frequencies, when applied to the craft's surface, would cause a section to become transparent or open. This detail, while fantastic, has been a recurring element in many alleged UFO recovery stories. Once inside, the interior of the craft was said to be equally baffling. Descriptions spoke of a circular control room, with seats arranged around a central column. The seats themselves were reportedly small, almost child-sized, molded to the occupants. The most startling discovery, however, was the presence of 16 alien bodies. These beings were described as small, around 3 to 4 feet tall, with large heads, hairless, and possessing 4 fingers on each hand. Their skin was said to be brownish in color, and their eyes were large and dark, similar in general appearance to the grays that would become iconic in later abduction accounts, though with subtle differences. They were found deceased, perhaps due to the impact of the landing, or perhaps already dead from a prior malfunction. The recovery effort was described as swift and highly secretive. Roads leading to the site were allegedly blocked, and military personnel, dressed in unmarked uniforms, quickly cordoned off the area. Heavy equipment, including specialized cranes, was reportedly brought in to lift the massive, intact disc. The entire operation was conducted under the tightest security, with all personnel involved reportedly sworn to extreme secrecy. Some even threatened with severe consequences if they spoke of what they witnessed. One story that quietly circulated among some local residents and researchers involved a man named Leo Gebauer, a rancher who owned land near the alleged crash site. While not a direct witness to the crash itself, he claimed to have seen an unusual amount of military activity in the days following the purported event. He described seeing large, unmarked trucks moving across his property and along remote roads, carrying unusually shaped tarp-covered loads. He recounted soldiers setting up temporary camps and exhibiting an extreme level of vigilance, far beyond what he'd seen for typical military exercises. He wasn't told what was happening, but the sheer scale and secrecy of the operation in such a remote area left an indelible impression on him, making him question the mundane explanations offered for the increased military presence. Another quiet account comes from an individual, often referred to only as anonymous technician, who claimed to have worked at a nearby facility, possibly Los Alamos, or one of the burgeoning scientific sites in the region. This technician supposedly heard hushed conversations among senior scientists about unusual materials and biological specimens that were being transported and analyzed. They spoke of material that was incredibly light yet strong, with properties unlike any known alloys. While this technician never saw the craft or the bodies directly, the intense secrecy, the feverish excitement among the scientific community, and the persistent rumors of something extraordinary having been recovered, solidified their belief that something truly unprecedented had occurred near Aztec. The term non-terrestrial origin was sometimes whispered in the labs, a phrase that sent shivers down their spine. For years, the Aztec incident was largely dismissed as a hoax, primarily due to the discredited sources in Scully's book. However, the story never entirely disappeared. It continued to be passed along in private circles, among UFO enthusiasts and researchers who believed that beneath the layer of misinformation and journalistic sensationalism, there lay a kernel of truth. They argued that the very act of debunking by officials, often with questionable methods, only served to highlight the incident's importance, suggesting a deliberate attempt to suppress information. More recently, renewed interest in the Aztec incident has brought forward new alleged testimonies and analyses, attempting to separate fact from fiction. Researchers have delved into old military records, interviewed descendants of those supposedly involved, and tried to identify the real individuals behind the anonymous claims. While concrete, irrefutable proof remains elusive, the consistent details across disparate accounts, the sheer scale of the alleged recovery, and the intriguing specifics of the craft's design and its occupants, continue to fuel the mystery. The Aztec UFO incident, unlike the scattering debris of Roswell, presents a narrative of an intact craft, a technological marvel, and the recovery of complete, albeit deceased, beings. It paints a picture of a controlled scientific examination, a covert operation to understand something profoundly alien. It challenges our understanding of not only what might be out there, but also how such discoveries might be handled, meticulously hidden from public view. It's a story that asks us to consider the implications of truly unknown technology and biology falling into human hands, and the vast secrets that might be kept in the interest of national security, or simply profound incomprehension. As this quiet tale of mystery gently concludes, allow your mind to release any remaining thoughts, any last holdouts of the day. The story has unfolded, and now it can gently recede, like the last light of dusk. There is nothing left to hold on to, no conclusions to draw, only the soft hum of the universe and the gentle rhythm of your own breath. Now I invite you to turn your attention inward to the quiet space within you. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest with each breath, a soft, rhythmic wave washing over you. Imagine a warm, golden light beginning to glow at the very top of your head, a soft, comforting radiance. This light is pure relaxation, a gentle energy that knows exactly where to go. Allow this golden light to slowly, serenely begin its journey downwards, through your scalp, melting away any tension held in your forehead, softening the muscles around your eyes. Feel it gently soothe your temples, releasing any lingering worries. Let this light flow down into your cheeks, relaxing your jaw, allowing your tongue to rest gently in your mouth. Feel your throat loosen, becoming soft and open. The golden light continues its descent, flowing into your shoulders, dissolving any burdens you might be carrying. Feel your shoulders gently drop, becoming heavy and relaxed. Let this warmth spread down your arms, through your elbows, forearms, wrists, and into your hands. Feel your fingers softly uncurl, becoming light and free. Now allow this soothing light to move down into your chest, warming your heart, bringing a sense of peace and calm to your core. Feel your breath deepen, becoming even more gentle, more effortless. Let the light then flow into your abdomen, softening your belly, releasing any tightness or discomfort. Imagine all your internal organs resting in a state of quiet repose. The golden light continues its journey, moving down into your hips, releasing any tension in your pelvis and lower back. Feel your hips become heavy and grounded, supported by the surface beneath you. Let this warmth spread down your thighs, through your knees, into your calves, and finally into your ankles and feet. Feel your feet become completely relaxed, each toe soft and at ease. Now your entire body is enveloped in this warm, golden light of relaxation. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, you are completely at peace, completely supported. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, just this moment of quiet stillness. Allow yourself to sink deeper into this feeling of profound calm, letting go of any remaining thoughts or sensations. Just rest here, suspended in this peaceful state, cradled by the quiet darkness, surrounded by the gentle hum of the night. Sleep, like a soft, comforting blanket, is drawing near. Allow yourself to drift, to float, to surrender to its gentle embrace. You are safe, you are warm, and you are deeply at peace. Good night.